tell all your councillors and tell all your friends that what you've heard about Carling is not true. It's actually a fabulous route to make. It's the one we should be using, and you've just heard it from one of Canada's leading experts how we can do it and what the cost should be. Now, we're going to move right into looking at the alternative plan. Could we get that up and I will walk you through it in a very general way, and then Councillor Ledman will walk you through the costs. And okay, I'm wondering if I can. Does it matter if I have the microphone? Can I just sort of. Yeah. Okay. Now, I thought I'd begin to describe it to you by situating where we are here at the Gladstone Theatre. We are right next to the O-Train extension, which we will retain and expand. And it will go to South Keys as it presently does, and it will hook up to right here at Crescent. You can see it on the Carling line. Now, this would be the first great difference between our plan and the city's plan. Think about this. Think about this. Carling and Preston. What's significant about Carling and Preston? Well, think about this. It's the junction of 4 wards. Maria McRae's ward, Councillor Ledman's ward, Councillor Holmes' ward, and my ward. We all meet there at Carling and Preston. There is Dow's Lake, which is right there. There is all of our principal festivals, Winterlude, Tulip Festival. Think about Preston Street. Preston Street is becoming, and will become for sure, once this line is reanimated, with all this traffic flowing in along Carling Avenue. This Carling Avenue, Preston Street, will become the west center of Ottawa. That will be really fabulous. We'll see wonderful, wonderful, diverse, intense urban growth there. And you'll notice here, we say right away we go to Quebec, because we own the bridge at the end of this line, and we're going to retain. Here. We have been asking staff, Councillor Legendre is not here, and I, and several others, for 10 years to put us across into Quebec using the Prince of Wales Bridge. Why have we been asking that? One of our greatest transit problems is getting across the river. What it does is it forces STO to run hundreds of buses along Wellington. We had a woman killed at the corner of Wellington and Rideau and King Edward. Well, why? Why? Because we've not given people any choices. This will give people a choice. This will allow us to move probably something like 40,000 people across the river to the largest station Quebec has at Terrestre-la-Chaudière. Why can't we do that? It's not rocket science, folks, and this plan says we do that right away. Okay. Now, take a look at where we're going here down Carling. You notice we said the first stage will stop there. We will continue to build. We will continue to build all the way out to Canada and Scotiabank Place. Because there's no reason to stop. The reason we stop here at Arlington Fields in Mr. Renfrew's presentation is that's where the funding for this stage takes us. But I'll tell you, as soon as that's finished, we'll just continue right along Carling out to here. And just think about that. In 10 years, we'll be able to go to a hockey game at Scotiabank Place on light rail. The current plan in the first 10 years takes you where? Tunney's pasture. In 10 years, you get the Tunney's pasture. How is that going to help us in Ottawa? Develop a new feeling for our city, a new vision to bring us together. One of the things I hate about I don't hate it, but I dislike about being a downtown councillor is they somehow think I'm against the suburbs because I defend my area as vigorously as I can. I want the suburbs and downtown connected in a fair and reasonable way, not divided. And the city's plan divides the city. It's disrespectful to all those folks who live in the suburban areas. How else can it be when you're talking 20 years or more before you get out here and 20 years or more before you get out there? Okay, next piece. We're going to do the tunnel, and then what we're going to do here is take it straight out to Blair and on to Orleans in a similar fashion as we do with the Western, so that within 10 years, Orleans will have service. Orleans, under the city plan, won't be in our lifetimes. They will not get rail service. And we also want to maintain the possibility, if you notice here the green, these are green priorities. Our plan is set up with loops, circles. Look at this. You're going to come in here at the south. The south, we're going to electrify the Southeast Transitway. Convert that. What we're going to have, if you're a citizen of this city, you're going to have a series of circles serving the city. There's going to be this circle of transit. One of them is going to be electric rail to the tunnel and down an O train through here. So you've got the circle through the inner city. You're going to have a circle through the near suburbs. Light rail along Carling, priority route along Baseline. So there's going to be a circular and electric here. So you're going to have a circle of service here. You're going to have a circle of service here. Down Rideau, this is priority bus, down to here, and here. So there are going to be circles within circles within circles, which is the way sensible, sane transit work. It doesn't have fingers that go to nowhere. It has circles where you can get to anywhere from someplace. When I was first elected, I was sitting in a bar with a guy. He was a working guy, and he said, "I never take the bus here in Ottawa because you can't get anywhere on it." He was from Toronto. He said, "You know, in Toronto, you actually can get to where you want to go on the transit system. Well, this system will get you where you want to go. It won't just be a commuter system." And commuter systems are very expensive to run. One of the most difficult things, we deadhead all these buses back and forth. This system will not be a deadhead system, with possible exception of this. The rest of it will all be round-the-clock service. So this is a vision for bringing a network to Ottawa of transit and doing it now. Getting all this done within 10 years.
Thank you, Councillor Bissett. I don't think there'll be any deadhead, because once you provide an opportunity for people to come into town and our youth and accessibility for everybody, you'll see that those trains will be full on a regular basis, not just AM and PM times. But I'm going to start off by saying that the plan forward here is based on the need to build for the city we want while serving the city we have. And this is the city we have right in front of you. And it shows you what we can do in 10 years if we apply the money correctly. We must finance with the understanding that it's not a question of can we afford it now, it's that we won't be able to afford it later and can't afford not to do it now. So let's talk about all the phrasing that goes along with the costs that come forward, or the benefits for us. The affordability, the value for our money, sustainability, smart growth. Well, there's a word that we hear often. Don't see it in practice often, though. Abilities to solve downtown congestion, and it also takes the value or the money that is being spent currently and reinvest it into rail. And that's where we want to go. One of the things about sustainability is reducing taxpayer subsidies for transit through lowering our operating costs with as much light rail as possible and eliminating additional expensive and inefficient buses.